Welcome. I have just a really brief video today just to show you my most favorite way of using yoga props. There's this pervasive belief out there that if you have to use a block or a cushion or a strap, it means that you aren't doing yoga right or that you don't have a yoga body. So I'm here to tell you that if you can breathe, you have a yoga body. And these tools are just designed to help you to customize poses for your body to enhance your practice. And I use my yoga tools just about every single day. So let's go ahead and get started. Yoga blocks can be used in a number of ways. One of my favorite ways to use them, though, is to help open up my shoulders in child's pose. I try to aim my elbows towards the center of the blocks, interlace my hands behind my head, or maybe just come into prayer pose, bringing my forehead to the mat. Oh my gosh, this feels so good. So just having my arms up on blocks like this really helps ease the tension in my upper back from spending a lot of time on my laptop, or if you tend to hold the phone and you've kind of got your ear cricked up on your shoulder, this just eases all of that. For a lot of people, coming into a hip opener can really be uncomfortable, right? Because we sit a lot, our hips tend to contract, our hip flexors are tight. So coming into butterfly pose, which you'll do in a lot of different yoga classes, you want to bring the soles of the feet to touch. This is where it gets a little uncomfortable because those knees are kind of just hanging there. You slide the blocks underneath your legs wherever you need them. For me, I always have to wiggle around so I can get grounded and move my curvy bits out of the way. But once you bring the soles of the feet together and you allow the blocks to support you, this pose becomes customized and so much more doable. The blocks are really just bringing the floor up to you. And over time, your hips may open, they may not. It all depends on our biomechanics. The point really is not to have your hips do anything that they aren't designed to do, but it's to enable you to relax into the pose, release tension in the lower back, in the pelvis, and the groin. So without a doubt, this next way that I love to use blocks is probably my favorite. It's definitely one of the most relaxing, and it's technically a restorative yoga pose. We'll go over restorative yoga in another video, but in restorative yoga practices, we use a lot of props, a lot of cushions, so it's great. So you want to line up your feet about hips width distance apart, push into your feet, raise the hips, and you want to find that sweet spot where you place the block right in your lower back so that you can completely relax and let go. This is so comfortable. You're releasing any tension in your lower back, in your hips. And if you want to take this to the next level, you can slowly bring the knees in towards your torso and then extend them up towards the wall, towards the ceiling. This is called waterfall. And it is sort of a version of legs up the wall. Typically in this pose, I like to bring one hand to my heart, one hand to my belly. When you're ready to come out of the pose, slowly release one leg and then the other down to the mat. Push into the feet to bring your body up off of the block. Release your spine down to the mat. It's just nice. This is a zafu, also known as a meditation cushion. And when you sit on it, it really just enables you to sit more comfortably in meditation because it aligns your knees lower than your hips, which just provides so much ease in your lower body. The thing, though, is you sit on the edge of the zafu, the meditation cushion, versus sitting right on the center. And if you can see, my legs are just sort of in this triangle shape. And from the side, sitting on the edge, notice that my legs are now falling lower than my hips. So I'm really able to align my spine so much more comfortably, bringing the hands to my knees. And I can just really focus here because I'm comfortable. The most important thing that you can do when you start a meditation practice is to make sure that you're comfortable. And so often the challenge is getting comfortable and fidgeting around. But I have found since I started using the zafu that it sort of limits a lot of that and I can just get into my meditation that much easier. So you've heard a lot of people come to yoga for Shavasana. So in Shavasana, it's really, again, not unlike meditation, it's really important that you just get as comfortable as possible. So I actually like placing the zafu underneath my heels in Shavasana, easing back. Hopefully I'm not going to hit Roxy. Sort of ease on back here. Just have a little bit of elevation to my feet. This feels really good. It also helps me to maintain consistent contact between my lower back and the mat. If you happen not to have a designated yoga strap, no worries. You can use the belt from Bathrobe. You can use a regular belt that you use to keep your pants up, or even a leash. Any rope, anything that's kind of like a yoga strap will work. Favorite way to use it, opening up the shoulders. So you want to grab the strap a little bit wider than the width of your shoulders. Inhale that strap up. And as you exhale, as much as your body allows, I like to push my chest forward. Just ease that strap behind you on an exhale. Dip your chin. Inhale, opening up the chest. Same thing to bring it back down. That feels so good. Just do this a few times. Great. Flowing with your breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So this releases a lot of tension in the upper back and in both the back and the front of the shoulders. Great stretch. You can even add in a bit of a side stretch here. If your neck is okay with it, you can gaze up, getting a nice neck stretch here as well. Go ahead and switch sides. Nice. Oftentimes, people are sort of turned off of yoga because they think they have to be flexible in order to practice yoga. No, that's where yoga tools come in. So a common pose is where we just go into what is called a forward fold. So your instructor will say, hey, go ahead and get grounded and reach for your feet. And it's like, that is not happening. No worries. That's where the strap comes in. Bend your knees, wrap that strap around your feet, and then straighten your legs as much as is comfortable, right? You just want to feel a stretch along the back part of your legs, those hamstrings. And by using the strap, you've added length. You can hold here, straight spine, and as those hamstrings open up, you can bring the body a little bit more, little more forward, a little bit more, you know what I'm trying to say? Bring your body forward. Good. Dip the chin. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Relax your face. Slow and steady inhales. And be mindful not to have a really tight grip on the strap. Just enough so that you can feel that stretch. Feet can be flexed or pointed. I find though if I flex my feet, I feel a nice stretch all the way up to my glutes. Zafu. But a great way to use the blanket is to cover yourself in Shavasana. But also you can use it to sit on. Again, you can sit on the edge of the blanket as we did earlier, sort of open the hips in any seated pose, in a seated forward fold, in easy seat, in butterfly, again, by bringing the edge of the blanket, the folded edge of the blanket underneath your hips. Provides not only a great cushion, but it also allows the knees, the pelvis to open up a little bit more. So you feel a lot more comfortable in the pose, a lot less stress on the hips, the pelvis, and the lower back. Another great way to use it is what's known as, at least I call it, a hot dog roll. So you roll it this way. You can use it underneath your neck in Shavasana. Ooh, this is a good one, right? Sometimes in Shavasana, I actually like to lie with my knees together, feet apart. It just feels great on my lower back. And rolling the blanket this way, it fits right into that curve in your neck. The way I love to use the blanket is to place it behind the knees, separate the feet, and then ease on back in Shavasana. Once again, lying on your back. Taking several deep breaths here. I like to take a big Shavasana, feet separated, arms apart, allowing my shoulder blades to release onto the mat. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. These are just some of my favorite ways of using yoga props. There are so many others, and we'll be covering those in future videos, but I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. See you soon.